Fred Film Radio, I'm Laura Della Corte from the 81st Venice Film Festival. I'm pleased to be joined with the director Neo Sora of the movie Happy End in the section Orizzonti. How do you feel today?
I feel great to be back here.
Perfect. So I want to start with your characters, Yuta and Kou, that experience like a significant shift in their friendship following to a prank that triggers the system of the. So how did you approach actually the dynamic between these two characters and also to highlight the tension that is going on?
Yeah, something that is really important about this film is friendship. That is the most important thing about this film, I think. But to me, friendship is quite an ambiguous relationship. For me personally, I think friendship was one of the most important things in my own life. The friends that I had in high school and university days really created who I am, and I owe everything to my friends. But sometimes I think those friends could be also more important, or equally as important at least, to maybe your family or even your lover. And those things have rules, you know? There's very clear ideas about how to navigate those relationships, but friendship, there's no rules. And it's quite arbitrary, and sometimes it's like a lover, but sometimes it's like a family. And so this kind of very difficult dynamic between two friends, even though they love each other and even though they care about each other, but they don't have the ability to communicate those things. That is what I was trying to focus on.
Yeah, and indeed, you did it actually. So you know, I see in your movie something that it was part also of my, loving for the cinema, because you focus a lot on this kind of juvenile delinquent system. Can we call it like that? So I think one of your influence maybe might be like Rebel Without a Cause and also the Taiwanese New Wave. So how did you put them in your storytelling here?
You know, the whole film is about rebels, really. But actually, they're not the rebels in the traditional sense. I think the more that society is repressive and oppressive to them, the more you have to rebel. But it's rebellious in a very, on one hand, we have Yuta, the character, who rebels in a really jovial way. And on the other hand, we have Kou, who rebels in a very serious and significant way. And I think all of those forms are very necessary in our society today, but also to their world in the future. Those influences to me are one of the most foundational films, including the Taiwanese New Wave and Rebel Without a Cause as well. I do love Nicholas Ray and Edward Yang and all those directors. And so I really tried to channel the energy that they brought in the portrayal of rebelliousness, but also infuse it with a little bit of humor and also a responsiveness to what is happening today.
I think there are a lot of elements actually that shape all the visuals that we have in your movie, like the light, but also the music that you choose. And I think your visual style is like having these striking lights when they, when they try to escape from the room where they put music, like at the very beginning of the film, and then in the end also. So is it like a symbol also of the stability and instability that we have in their relationship all along the movies? And also, if I can ask you, how was your collaboration with the director of photography, Billy Castine? Yeah.
Yes, so Bill and I really go back a long way to my first short film and then Opus last year. And so we really work together really well. We have all of the same influences in cinema, and we know each other very well. So to me, this film, Happy End, is the film that I wrote before any of my short films or Opus or anything like this. So it was very important to me that I was able to work with Bill. We crafted the image, as you were saying, to show a world in great detail so that everything is really sharp, and to portray this very intimate story about two friends, but also the story about a society in a moment of time in history, even though it's fictional. for the lights that you were saying, they're metaphors for the earthquake, and the earthquake is a metaphor for the instability of their friendship, and also society at large. And so you really understood and picked up on what I hoped that you would pick up on. So thank you about that. But yes, we really wanted to show this kind of shaking. It could be an earthquake, maybe, but maybe it could just be a representation of where Yuta and Kou are in their friendship. And those are the kinds of things that we were exploring.
Thank you so much for being with us. Thank you for sharing this.
Thank you.
And we have been talking with Neo Sora, director of Happy End section Orizzonti. This is Laura Della Corte for Fred Festival Inside. Thank you so much again.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much.